Building out your author and book brand kits in Canva is going to save you hours. So here's how to do it. First, you're going to need a Canva account. To start with, a free account is fine, but honestly, I think a paid account is worth it in the long run. So once you've got your account, here's where you're going to set up your brand kit. Click on brand, and you can see I've got several. So let's start a new one. The first thing you're going to want to add in is your logo or variations on your logo. And if it's in color, I recommend that you at least have a black version and a white version so you can place them over different colored backgrounds. Once your logo has uploaded, it's time to add your color palettes. So click Add New and then Add Palette. And if you don't already have an author brand color palette, you could choose one right here in Canva. But if you do know what your colors are, you click on the color wheel and you can type in the hex code there or the CMYK numbers. You can give each color a name so that you can find it easily afterwards. Or if you have some other image or document that already has all of your brand colors, I think the easiest way to add those to Canva is to open that image and then make sure you can see both the Canva window and the image at the same time. And then use the little eyedropper tool in Canva to pick up each of those colors and add them to your new color palette. So see, I've just added in my main purple color. Now I'm going to move on to my secondary purple. Just type in the name, and then again I'll use the eyedropper, drag it over to that purple, and it's automatically added it to my brand kit for me. I didn't want to make you sit through watching me do all of them, so I've just sped up that part of the video. And now we can move on to adding fonts. So if you already have fonts that you use often for your author brand, here's where you're going to add those in. If not, have a look through, choose something you like for title, subtitle, and at least a body. And then next up is your brand voice. Now this is optional, but if you have anybody helping you out create graphics, maybe an author assistant or a social media assistant, adding something in here can really help them to understand the way you would speak and how you would, phrase things and go about things. And then next up are photos. I recommend adding in a few different headshots, including one where you're holding each of your books or your latest release, because you might find that you need different headshots for different applications. And then next up, we're going to add in any graphics for your book. So if you can, try to get all the cover elements as separate images because they're really handy for creating marketing materials. And then of course you need to add in the actual cover artwork of your book because you're going to use that in just about everything you create. The last item we're going to go over in this video is how to create a color palette from the actual cover of your book. So start with the cover, drag that into a new document, and I'll just make it fit the whole screen here so it's easier for you to see and easier to select colors. Then go back to colors in your brand kit and click on edit. Then click on the plus symbol up the top and choose add palette. Now here click add a custom palette. And this is where we're going to use the eyedropper tool again to select just the main colors from the book cover. If you've got a cover that's got a squillion different shades and colors, you don't need to select all of them for your book color palette, just go with the main ones. Okay, so I'm going to choose this red and I'm going to call it raspberry, if I can spell it. Okay, now let's see, just add in these extra colors. now we're done. And don't forget to save your color palette or you'll have to do it all over again. And then once you've got more than one color palette, I recommend giving them names just so you know what's what. So click Edit and then click on the title. You can change this one to Author Palette and this one to the name of the book. Hit Save, and there you have it. So now create a new document. I'm going to go with one that is 1080 by 1080 and create new design. Okay, now go to Elements in your menu and click on Square, and then we're going to drag that into the top and we're going to duplicate it, then drag it over to the side, duplicate it again, and now I'm holding down Shift and then clicking on each of them to select all, and then I'm going to just make them the width of my new document. Then I'm going to duplicate that set, drag it down. This will all make sense in a minute, I promise. Duplicate it again, and now I've got 9 squares. So click on the first one, and then go up to the color circle, and this is where we're going to go through and use all of our new book color palette colors in this graphic. So I'll just go through and add them. The raspberry. Okay. All right, so then once you've got all of your colors added, you're going to hit the share option up in the top right corner and download that graphic. And I'll show you a cool little trick. So if you're using a template, say one of the plot and post templates, and you could click on every individual item and change the color, but a much faster way and a way that kind of gives you some unexpected results that are sometimes really fun is to use your brand color graphic that you just created, drag it into your design, and then right click on it and go down to Apply Colors to Page. Let's see what we get. It's a little bit too bold, so I'm just going to do it again. And you can keep going until you find a color combination or a variation that you really like. So let's try one more time. Okay, yep, I like this one. So now you can delete that graphic and you can copy the page styles if you've got multiple pages, and then go to your next page and then you can paste the page styles. I didn't quite get the quotation marks for some reason, but we'll just change those ones manually. But that certainly saved us a lot of time. So there you go, your brand kit is all set up, your book kit is set up, and this is going to save you hours in Canva in the long run because you're not going to be hunting for book covers and colors and graphics and fonts. They're already going to be set up and ready for you to go. I'm Jessica from Plot and Post, and if you're looking for more social media marketing tips, head over to plotandpost.com. Thanks for watching.